It's April 3rd, 2023, the 26th match day of the Bundesliga. VfB Stuttgart sits dead last in the table with just 20 points. And then everything changes. Sebastian Hoeneß steps in. Not only does he save Stuttgart from relegation, the very next season, he leads them into the Champions League. Elversberg and Regensburg? No, Stuttgart plays Real Madrid and PSG. All because of one man on the touchline? Stories like this got me thinking, are football matches really decided on the pitch or from the sidelines? Do great players make the difference, or great coaches? In short, is football a player's game or a coach's game? To find an answer, I analyzed 5 Bundesliga seasons, from 2018-19s to 2023-24s. I started by comparing market value and league position to understand how far money alone gets you, and unsurprisingly, there's a clear pattern. The higher a team's squad value, the higher they tend to finish. No team with a squad worth over 200 million euros got relegated. If you're worth 400 million euros or more, you're almost guaranteed to play internationally. And Euro 600 plus, you're basically locked into the top 3. So, does that mean football really is just about having the best players? Well, not quite. Take 2023-24. Bayern Munich, with a market value close to 1 billion euros, finished behind Bayer Leverkusen and VfB Stuttgart, the latter with a squad worth only around 346 million euros. That's about a third of Bayern's. Clearly, market value doesn't tell the full story, so I went a step further. I looked at each team's position in the market value table versus their actual league finish. It seems very complicated, but actually, it's pretty simple. If a team is under the line, they finished higher than their market value rank. They overperformed. If a team is over the line, they finished lower. They underperformed. Most teams hover around the trend line. Market value is still a strong indicator, but some clubs consistently beat the odds. Take Union Berlin. They overperformed 4 seasons in a row, all under one coach, Urs Fischer. In the one season they didn't, Fischer was sacked early on. Coincidence? I then calculated how much each team over or underperformed on average across all 5 seasons. Only one club overperformed every single time, VfL Bochum. But they had multiple different coaches, so it might not have been the coach at all. Another interesting trend, the top clubs, Bayern, Dortmund, Leipzig, Leverkusen, had much smaller performance swings. No matter who coached them, they stayed at the top. This again suggests that the quality of players matters more than who's on the touchline. On the flip side, only 2 teams consistently underperformed. Schalke and Hertha BSC both got relegated, both changed coaches constantly. Maybe the problem wasn't players or coaches, but the entire club culture? When we combine all 5 seasons, we see that most clubs over or underperformed by less than 2 league positions on average, no matter how many times they changed their head coach. Even SC Freiburg, the only club that didn't change their coach once in that period, only overperformed by 1 position on average. As we can see, there's no clear pattern, so let's take a look at one final statistic. So far, we've only looked at full seasons, but a lot can change mid-season. Injuries, momentum, confidence, etc. So I zoomed in on coaching changes. What impact does a new manager actually have? Turns out, a pretty significant one. Before being sacked, coaches averaged 0.90 points per game. After the change, the average jumped to 1.29 points per game. That's a difference of almost 0.4 points per match, or 12 points over 30 games. That can have a huge impact on a team's final position. It's a common belief that a new coach can bring fresh energy to an underperforming team, and the data backs that up, with new coaches averaging 1.26 points per game, showing that even a late-season change can help achieve your goals. Also, if we look at it in relation to the timing of the coaching change during the season, we see that nearly every new coach improved the team's performance. Only in a few rare cases did teams actually perform worse after the change. This graphic clearly supports the idea that football is a coach's game. So, what do we actually take away from all this data? A coach definitely has an impact on a team's performance, but in the long term, the quality of the players, measured by market value, is more important. There's almost no manager who consistently overperformed with every team he managed. But stories like Hoeneß at Stuttgart stand out and distort our perception. Especially when a team's market value is high compared to the rest of the league, their performance tends to match. The drop-off is very limited the higher the market value is. The same goes for teams with very low market values. Düsseldorf, Paderborn, Darmstadt, Greuther, Fürth, just to name a few, were all teams with by far the weakest squads in the league during that time, and they all got relegated straight away. Probably no coach could have changed that. To make it short, coaches definitely have an impact, especially in the short term. But over the long run, the player's quality matters more. And then there are other factors, club culture, long-term planning, and the one factor that decides about 50% of every game, pure luck.